Good evening and welcome to the 2016 KVKL Championship game right here on WOW 6 at Hobbs Field in beautiful downtown Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Mike Anderson, with me my good friend Jason Cougar Huang as we watch the 3-seed Happy Shirt against the number 5-seed Wild Man Attack Force. For analysis of both of these teams, I turn to my colleague Jason Cougar Huang. Cougar, two teams both expected to be here. Do you think we're going to see an offensive shootout or a defensive battle?
It can go either way. You can have a team like Wild Man Attack Force, in other words, power and speed, and try to get some runs going on board, and try to get a little bit of pressure on a team like Happy Shirt. On the other hand, like Happy Shirt, you're going to get more defensive battle because that's what they rely on: sound fundamentals and defense. And these two have had fantastic battles with one another over the years, including in the break plate. Happy Shirt won 6-4, but Wild Man Attack Force, they did beat Happy Shirt in 2012, 6-3 in their lone KVKL championship title game.
It should be a great matchup tonight. Now, when we're looking for a game changer for both teams, possibly an MVP, who do you think is going to shine under the bright lights for both teams?
It's going to be interesting because with the Wild Man Attack Force, someone's got to step up because you have a player like CJ Kai. He's one of the better players in the league. He has a broken patella, broken kneecap, and it's questionable whether he's going to play or not. I just don't know. So you have other players that need to step up who are veterans, like Simon Skinner and Richard Davison, because there are 2 of 4 players that were on the 2012 championship team when they beat Happy Shirt back then. On the hand, with the with the Happy Shirt, really there's no anyone that stands out because it's more of a collective team. Yeah, you have someone like Steve Harder, who's their as it could be nicknamed Big Dog. He likes the RKI producer, and he plays really well at third base. But other than that, other players that have been there over the years. You have Andy Dalton, at right field. You have Tyler Dressel playing shortstop. Brianne Kester, who's a pitcher, trying to go for her unprecedented 6th KVKL title on her belt. She's tied with, Darren Belt, who used to play in the league.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a fan of kickball, you're going to love it. If you've never watched kickball, stay tuned because you're going to see a great championship game. Once again, the number 5-seed Wild Man Attack Force will challenge, again, the 2-time defending champion 3-seed Happy Shirt as they go for an unprecedented 3 KVKL championships in a row. Will they make it? Will they make it 3 in a row? Will the dynasty once again begin? Stay tuned. And we're moments away from the first pitch here in the 2016 Kaw Valley Kickball League Championship game, featuring the number 5-seed Wild Man Attack Force and the number 3-seed Happy Shirt, your 2-time defending champion. Leading off here for Wild Man will be Colin Keaty, their right fielder and sometimes center fielder. If you're unfamiliar with kickball, don't worry. We'll help you out with the rules throughout the telecast as we go. You can hear the crowd clapping as they know this championship game is about to start. Looks like Happy Shirt is looking for a bunt here. It's calling one of the speedier players for Wild Man. Bunting is, of course, a huge part of the kickball game. You can see that line on the field. No player can cross it till the ball has been kicked. Wow, they are really ready for that bunt.
Oh, yeah. And that's Colin Keaty's game is bunting, is using his speed to get down the first base line.
And there's the first attempt. The throw to first is in time. Tough start here for Wild Man as Colin goes down.
Yeah, it's a good play by Amber Owens, a Rover, to get the bunt down and throw it to first to Paul Peach for the out.
That'll bring up Chloe De La Pena, playing Rover here for Wild Man, looking to get off to a strong start.
Little factor by Chloe De La Pena is her 2nd year on the team. Been living next to Kansas. Interesting factoid, has never broken a bone. Same with me. Yeah, me too, yeah.
Knock on wood here, Coach.
Knock on wood, absolutely. Well, I'm too much of a scaredy cat to do anything adventurous, so I don't do anything stupid to try to put me in danger to break a bone.
So. I understand.
Yeah. Hopefully it stays that way, knock on wood, of course.
Chloe looking for the first base hit in this 2016 championship game. Two teams that many expected would be here at the start of the year, and sure enough, here they are, facing off with each other for the cup. And the pitch. Doesn't like it. Of course, in kickball, there are not nearly balls and strikes. You can tell the pitcher how you want it, and you can kick whatever you want. Here, Chloe goes the bunt, the throw to first. In time! Ooh, our first controversial call of the evening by our first base umpire, Alex Hammond.
And over there, umpiring by way today is going to be Avery Brow from the go to home. First base, Alex Hammond. Third base is Shahir Ibrahimi. And then scorekeeper will be Ari Oxter.
Is that Shahir over at third base?
That is not Shahir. Yeah, usually it was supposed to be.
Okay.
But he's splitting with Seth Cole, the retired player from Hearthstone D-Holes.
Simon Skinner will come up here for a Wild Man. He also plays outfield for them, kicking third, and the kick. Chris Ford looks to be underneath it, and it gets past him. Oh, let's get the extra base for Simon. He's a speedster. He's got second. He's looking for three. Will CJ give him the wave? He is safe. With a a slide-in triple by Simon Skinner. And this top of the first by Wild Man.
The critical error by Chris Ford at left field. You know, if you can get to the ball, you gotta make sure you get in front of it. That time, the ball got underneath him and got away from him.
Chris Ford, one of the more sure-footed and sure-handed outfielders in the Cobb Valley Kickball League. Might be a little nerves, of course. Chris Ford, though, playing in his third consecutive championship game. That'll bring up for Wild Man, Eric Turtle, first baseman, as he's got one on and two out.
And this is not a typo. That is his real last name. It is Eric Turtle. So,
what's the play here, Cougs? You going to right field? You trying to kick it to second base, shortstop?
I'd try to go right field here if I was Eric Turtle, yes.
And the kick. Steve Hart puts it up in the air, and he'll catch it.
What a catch.
And an acrobatic catch,
Wow.
and he's happy with that. So the triple for Simon Skinner goes unused, as Wild Man will go down in the first inning. The score still tied at 0-0. We want to use this opportunity in between innings to once again thank our sponsors. Coverage of the 2016 KVKL Championship Final is presented by Happy Shirt. Happy Shirt, your hometown screen printer. And the following sponsors. Wildman Vintage. Wildman Vintage carries a wide range of men's and women's clothing from all eras. Everything from casual wear to special occasions. Our Bar and Patio, 610 Florida. Try their new award-winning food and make our bar your bar. 11 Productions, bringing the finest in live music to the Midwest. Don't miss Frightened Rabbit at the Granada Friday, September 9th. Meadowlark Property Management, your hometown source for your next apartment, townhome, duplex, or house rental. Of course, we always want to thank Nick Lerner, voted Best of Lawrence Realtor 2015 and 2016. And finally, Johnny's Tavern. Since 1953, Johnny's has been serving up tradition with the world's famous hamburgers and the longest running tap in Lawrence. Of course, thank you all again to our 2016 KVKL coverage sponsors. Now the bottom of the first coming up for Happy Shirt there, Captain Tyler Drussel. And the kick. Cut! Oh! And the first out here for Happy Shirt in the bottom of the first.
This is a nice play by Hillary Johnson over a rover, catching that liner from Tyler Drussel.
Bring up Chris Ford here. His error in the first didn't really amount to anything, so he's breathing a sigh of relief, and he's looking to get on base here for Happy Shirt as we have nobody on and one out as we start this championship KVKL game. And the kick seems to be in the gap, but they are under it, and it's out for the second out. Quick 1-2 outs here for Happy Shirt, Cougar.
Same start here for Wildman as we get the first two outs.
That'll bring up Andy Dalton, certainly one of the better players here in KVKL. He is their right fielder. Wildman wants to make sure they have their players set. And the pitch. We should also note that CJ Kai is playing this game with a severe injury at first base, and you got to admire his toughness, Goose.
Severe is right. He's a broken right patella.
Right, kneecap.
That's crazy.
And the kick, beautiful kick there. Richard from Wildman has the ball. Well, won't be a throw though, as Andy Dalton will be the first base runner for Happy Shirt. That'll bring up John Peach, center fielder for Happy Shirt, one of the two Peach brothers on this Happy Shirt, very experienced team. Again, you can take as many pitches as you want. You can tell the pitcher what you want, and you can be choosy. And a nice little bunt there. The throw to first is not in time. CJ wisely throws it over to third, keep Andy Dalton from advancing, and throw to the pitcher. Once the pitcher has the ball, of course, all play is stopped and time is called. You cannot advance once the pitcher has the ball inside the baseball diamond. Andy Dalton's at second, John Peach is at first with 2 outs. That'll bring up Steve Harder, their third baseman, who made the more acrobatic catch in the first inning. Colin Keating, normally an outfielder for Wildman, is catching in this game. And the kick is up. Rich taps it to himself and makes the third out. So there we go. We'll escape the first inning. Both had runners on. Both couldn't capitalize. So we'll go to the second inning tied 0-0. But don't go anywhere. We are just getting started in this 2016 KVKL championship game. Welcome back to Hobbs Field in beautiful downtown Lawrence as we continue our coverage of the 2016 Kickball KVKL championship game. 0-0 was the score between Happy Shirt and Wildman Attack Force. In the top of the second, we'll start off with Richard Dawson, their shortstop, who made the last out in the bottom of the first. Happy Shirt, of course, for a long time has put 2 people always on that bunt line, trying to take away the bunt from most teams, as they know bunting is a huge part of this game. A little too bouncy here for Richard, and we'll try it again. And the kick, beautiful kick, right at that rover position there, and he'll be on with nobody out in the top of the first.
That was a hot shot over to Caleb Chiller, playing the short second base side rover position. Just couldn't corral that play.
That'll bring up Josh Mosier, the third baseman for Wildman Attack Force, with 1 on and nobody out. Of course, these 2 teams actually played in the regular season in a very close game in the last week of the year, with Happy Shirt winning.
6-4. Correct.
6-4. You think that gives you an edge, Cougs, knowing that you've already beat them in the regular season?
Yes and no. I think it gives an edge there, and reason being is because, these 2 teams have played each other, so many times in the past. Maybe a slight edge to Happy Shirt there because they know they beat them, and they got a little more familiar with Wildman because they got some new players that they haven't seen before.
Fly ball there caught from Josh. That'll be the first out here in the top of the second. That'll bring up Jordan McDowell, one of their outfielders, with 1 on and 1 out for the Wildman Attack Force. 0-0 is the score of this game, championship game.
A little factor about Jordan McDowell. He plays left field, first year on the team. And interesting fact about it, he played professionally overseas in Russia for the Soviet 69ers. I'm not sure if that's really the team name, but I'll take their word for it.
Professional in what?
Soccer.
Soccer, wow,
yeah,
okay.
In Russia.
Wildman's going all the way to Russia.
I guess.
To recruit players, you got to admire that. And the kick. Oh, and did not get off of Steve Harder. They'll throw to first to Paul Peaches in time for the second out. But Richard will be moved over to second.
That's one of the worst feelings there for Jordan McDowell, is taking the full swing, and he kicked it early and topped the ball, and that's where the ball just barely grazed up the middle. And easy play with Steve Harder at third.
That'll bring up either Hillary Johnson or Chelsea Hopkins as they switch kick in the 8th spot.
Here's Hillary Johnson, yeah.
Hillary Johnson will kick away here for Wildman Attack Force with 2 outs in this top of the second. Looking for first blood, looking for that first score of this championship game. And the kick, Shelby Delman underneath it. Will make him the easy catch. And the leadoff single by Richard goes unused as we'll head to the bottom of the second with the score still tied 0-0. You're watching KVKL kickball action here on WOW 6. Thanks for tuning in for another wonderful year of the KVKL championship game. Happy Shirt comes up here in the bottom of the second. Adam Brazel, the lefty and the catcher for Happy Shirt, will lead us off here. Score still tied 0-0. What do you think is the commonality to both of these teams, Cougar? Why are they always here at the championship game or when it counts?
Well, I think it's strong leadership there. You go to Wildman, they've been these elite team ever since 2012 with Simon Skinner and CJ Kai, and of course their captain, Phil Childs. On the other hand, for Happy Shirt, this is a team that's been around for 13 summers, basically the same core of 4, been there for a long time. And I think that's as this continuity and leadership, that's why these two have been successful over these past 4, 5 years. Or Happy Shirt in this case, ever since they entered the league back in 2004.
Adam Brazel with a nice single there, the lefty, going to the opposite field. That'll bring up Kayla Schiller with 1 on and nobody out for the 2-time defending champion Happy Shirt. And the pitch, a little too bouncy for her taste, and we'll try it again. Wildman's going to bring up their second baseman here to the bunt line and try to take away that bunt. Colin Key, the catcher, will throw to second, and he is not in time. Interesting decision there from Colin going for second instead of the easy play at first.
It's a very interesting thing from Colin Keedy that the play was right there. I mean, the ball did not go that far. If you're going to get a throw to second there, you better make darn sure you get him. And Adam Brazel, he's still got some speed in him, but if you don't get him, that's risk basically goes unrewarded.
Paul Peach now will kick here for Happy Shirt with 2 on and nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. On their lefty in the boot. Tipped it up to Simon Skinner. He'll catch it. Nice play there. Double him off at first and the throw to third. A triple play? Almost. Wonderful defensive positioning there by Wildman in order to get the double play. Catching Paul Peach's ball.
Great up by Megan McClendon at second base to tip it up like a volleyball style, allowing Simon Skinner to run underneath, make the catch, and doubling up Kayla Schiller at first base. But then Adam Brazel heads up play, tagging up from second base.
This is a big kick here, I'd like to think, from Amber Owens coming up here for Happy Shirt. 2 outs and somebody on third. And this is what separates the good teams from the average teams.
Absolutely.
And the kick. Third baseman Josh, easy throw to first, and that'll be it. 2 on and nobody out for Happy Shirt. Unfortunately for them, goes unused. And we will head to the third inning, still tied at 0-0. Score is still tied at 0-0 as we head to the top of the third inning with the defending champion and 3-seed Happy Shirt playing host to the 5-seed and perennial powerhouse Wildman Attack Force.
It looks like we have coming up here is Megan McClendon, who's split kicking with Betsy Peterson.
You can see CJ Kai there hobbling along as he's third base coach. Again, he's playing this game, actually playing in the game with a broken kneecap.
Yeah, absolutely inspirational by CJ Kai, the broken kneecap. And I mean, nothing can be said about how tough that is.
Of course, CJ Kai, one of the captains here and emotional leaders for Wildman. He certainly wants to play in this championship game, and heck, I don't blame him. Megan will lead things off, and the kick. Fair ball. Foul ball is called.
Good call. It was a foul ball. When he touched it there, it was on the foul side. That was a good call by Avery Brown.
Avery Bradley, home plate umpire. Tyler there doing something with the line here to help us out. We appreciate that. You get 4 fouls, of course, in KVKL kickball. The 4th foul, you are out. No strikeouts, no walks. And that's how we do it. The kick up to the nice catch. Oh, what a snag there with the pitcher.
That's a great job by Brienne Kester, making that snatch, right at the pitcher spot. Not easy, but this is why she's a veteran for her Happy Shirt. Good one.
Phil Childs now comes up for Wildman, asking Brianna to slow it down here.
And Phil Childs is the longest tenured member of Wildman. This is his, I believe, his 13th summer there.
The kick is fair. Steve Harder, the throw to first, is in time. Beautiful throw there by Steve Harder, the third baseman of Happy Shirt.
And the thing about the Happy Shirt, you'll see a lot of these bounce throws. It's one bounce, it goes to first base or goes to second base. This is a signature by Happy Shirt. Maybe you got to sacrifice a little bit of velocity, but the accuracy is right there.
That'll bring up leadoff here for Wildman Colin Keaty, the left footer. Left foot here. All of Happy Shirt is preparing for him to bunt, as he's one of the quicker players here in the league.
That's why they're pitching in down low with Tyler Dressel.
And there's the bunt, Adam Brazel. The catcher will throw to first in time. And Colin is 0 for 2 in today's game. And that'll be it for Wildman as they go down 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Welcome back to Hobbs Field and a beautiful night here in downtown Lawrence, Kansas, as we watch yet another KVKL championship game. I want to take this time to thank our sponsor, Happy Shirt, our title sponsor. Happy Shirt is indeed your hometown screen printer. Bree Kester will have her first kick here for Happy Shirt as we traverse into the bottom of the third inning with the score still tied, a defensive battle, Cougs. 0-0.
And no surprise with these two teams there, they pride on defense over the years, so no shock it's a 0-0 score.
We're getting close to a packed house here at Hobbs Field. A lot of the teams and spectators from around Lawrence want to come see this game. Nice boot there by Bree Kester, just foul, and we'll do it again.
The thing about Brienne Kester, real quick, this is she already has 5, championship titles under her belt, 4 of which is with Happy Shirt. If she wins tonight, she'll have the most KVKL championship titles in history.
Wow.
Yeah, she is tied with the Darren Belt with the most with 5.
The Darren Belt?
The Darren Belt, and of course that the Darren Belt, who's played with teams like Love Garden and Happy Shirt, and with Liberty Hall as well.
And the boot, another foul ball here from Bree Kester. 2 fouls, and she leads off this bottom of the third inning for Happy Shirt. And the boot. Richard has it for the first out here in the bottom of the third. Happy Shirt normally comes into this game undefeated or maybe with 1 loss at most. They come into this game, though, with 2 losses on the season.
That is correct. It's the first time ever in their history they went back-to-back losses in ranked play. And their winning streak was broken at, I believe, 25 games, which is absolutely astounding.
Mike Urish, switching out at first base with Paul Peach, will come up here for Happy Shirt.
And it's the first time since the modern era of the ranked play that they did not win the ranked play records. First time ever. They went 3-2. Wildman here went 2-3 here in ranked play.
Yeah, Wildman comes into this game with 3 losses on the season. One of those losses was to Happy Shirt in the last week of the year. And Mike kind of fanned on it a little bit. Josh, the throw to first, not in time, as he bobbled it a little bit. Unconventional single there by Mike Urish.
Very unconventional is right. When Mike Urish kicked it, it has a really weird spin on there. Josh Mosher tried to get ahead of themselves by picking it up without looking at the ball first. The bobble allowed Urish the extra time to do it, get the ball.
That'll bring up the captain and leadoff for Happy Shirt, Tyler Drussel. Obviously, here it looks like it's going to be a bunt, Cougs, the way he's set up. And sure enough, it is. Oh, Colin Keaty almost caught it. The throw to first is in time. Nice catch there by CJ Kai. And the runner is advanced.
That could have been a disaster for Happy Shirt. Had Colin Keaty caught that ball, he would have doubled up Mike Urish running from first to second.
2 out now for Chris Ford. He's 0 for 1 in today's game. With Mike Urish on second and 2 out. And the kick. Foul ball. Chris Ford definitely swinging away in this pivotal moment here, the third inning. And the kick. It's a boot to left field. Should be an easy play, and it is. And that'll be it for the threat here for Happy Shirt in the bottom of the third. The crowd's getting anxious for some runs. But again, when you have two really good teams, it's going to be a defensive battle. So here we are. We'll go into the next inning. Don't go anywhere as you're watching KVKL action right here on WOW 6. Welcome back. The 2016 championship game, KVKL. Wildman Attack Force and Happy Shirt are playing to a draw 0-0. And the number 2 kicker, Chloe De La Pena, will lead things off in the top of the fourth for Wildman. Tyler Drussel, the shortstop for Happy Shirt, playing at the bunt line, expecting a bunt here from Chloe. And she's hoping to start a rally in the top of the fourth. And the kick, definitely a bunt. Kayla Schiller will throw the first to Paul Peach in time for the first out.
And that's the advantage there by playing a rover on the right side, as opposed to most traditional rovers play over the third base line, or over the encroachment line over here, because that allows these type of bunts that go to the first base line to be fielded and thrown for the out.
Simon Skinner will come up here with nobody on and 1 out for Wildman. Simon had a triple in the first inning. Hope to do it again. And the pitch. The boot right up the middle. And Simon Skinner starts this game 2 for 2. That'll bring up for Wildman Attack Force, their first baseman / right fielder, Eric Turtle. With 1 on and 1 out. Most kickers are looking for the ball on the right side of the plate. Avery Brow telling Happy Shirt to get back in their dugout, as you can't be on the field at all unless you are playing or one of the base coaches. And the pitch. Turtle taken all the way. He's looking for the right one. You expect bunt here or kicking away, Cougar?
I was bringing the kick away. And I was wrong.
And the bunt, the throw to first, in time. Simon Skinner, though, however, does get to second. 2 out here for Wildman. We'll bring up Richard Dawson, the only other player for Wildman to get a hit so far in this game, as he is 1 for 1. I like the slow walk up, too. Richard Dawson surveying the field. Taken all the way is Richard.
What's a little interesting about Richard Davidson, his 5th year in the league on the Wildman, and he's from Louisville, Texas, and he's an All-American in 110-meter hurdles at the University of Nebraska.
Wow.
Mr. Davidson, yep. I've known that for a while about Mr. Davidson, about how big of an athlete he was.
Is it Davidson or Dawson?
Davidson.
Davidson.
Not Richard Dawson, the Family Feud host.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool, you're right.
Here we go, Richard, and the kick. Oh, right in that gap where you normally put the rover. Simon going, has the green light, And a save! And there you have it, our first run of this game, as Simon and Richard have been the only offense for Wildman. That's the score. They now lead 1-0.
That's a fantastic kick by Richard Davidson, kicking towards the left field line, and Simon Skinner using his aggressiveness to go around the third base, and the throw was a little offline, and Adam Brazel was unable to corral it to tag out Simon Skinner at the plate.
Josh, not the third baseman's now up. 1 on and 2 out. Looking to keep this rally going. He's 0 for 1 in today's game.
So the third year on the team for Josh Mosher from Raleigh, Kansas.
Nice hard kick there. Tough for Steve Hart to handle. He won't.
Yep.
And we've got first and second with 2 out. That'll bring up Jordan McDowell. Our professional Russian player, Jordan McDowell.
Professional soccer player from Russia. Yeah, Mother Russia. That's
from Russia with love, Cougs.
Russia with love, there you go.
2 on, 2 out. Big kick here coming up for Jordan McDowell. As Wildman has already tacked 1 on this 4th inning. And the kick right at Tyler Dressel. Should be no problem for him, as he'll tag out Richard to end the threat in this 4th. But some damage was done, Cougs, as Wildman takes first blood. And they now lead this championship game 1-0. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the KVKL championship game right here on WOW 6. 1-0 is our scores. We head to the bottom of the 4th with one of Cougars' favorites, Andy Dalton, up for a happy shirt.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
1 for 1 in this game, Cougs. And the kick to second base. The throw to first in time. 1 out here for Wildman, the bottom of the 4th. John Peach coming up for Happy Shirt. He's 1 for 1 also in this game. Looking to start things off here and have an answer for Happy Shirt. And for Wildman, tack down a 1 run, or put on 1 run, I should say, in the top of the 4th. Cougar mentioned earlier these teams played to a 6-4 score when they played earlier this year.
Yep.
Happy Shirt coming on top.
Interesting fact story about John Peach, who's a former wide receiver at William Jewell College out there in Liberty, Missouri. And for those who don't know where Liberty, Missouri is, that's about 15, 20 minutes north of the east of downtown Kansas City.
Well said.
Yep.
Well said. John Peach hoping to lead things off here after Andy Dalton kicked to the second baseman, didn't go anywhere. And the kick. Beautiful kick there from Turtle. Can he corral it? He cannot. Good kick there from John Peach. And he's 2 for 2 for this game.
Tough play by Eric Turtle there. It was a ball was coming right there on the fringe of the dirt and the grass. Tried to corral it, and it got away from him. Luckily, it did not go underneath him and go further into right field.
That'll bring up Steve Harder to the third baseman for Happy Shirt. A boot to Eric Turtle. He's under this one. He catches it. And that'll be it for the second out. Steve Harder wasting no time in that boot.
Yep. Usually take a pitch there, but that was one that he supposedly liked, but resulted in an easy play by Eric Turtle at right field.
Adam Brazel's 1 for 1 in today's game. He'll come up with 2 out and 1 on in the bottom of the 4th with his team trailing 1-0. The lefty, a little kick off the catcher there. Nice little sportsmanship there, of course. He didn't mean to hit Colin Keaty.
That's one of the dangers of playing catcher. Those balls come out, they hit pretty hard.
Beautiful pitch and the kick. Eric Turtle will throw to first in time. Nice defensive play there for Wildman. And they'll get out of this inning still leading 1-0. The top of the 5th when we come back. It is now the top of the 5th inning in this kickball championship game here on WOW 6. Hillary Johnson now up for Wildman. Hopes to lead things off here with a single or more. Bree Kester pitching for Happy Shirt. Amber Owens playing the road bunt line position. And the kick. Kayla Schiller, nice catch there at second base. And once again, the lead runner, which is so vital to get on in this game, is once again out.
Absolutely.
Betsy Peterson come up to the plate here for Wildman, looking to start things off for them.
This is the fourth season for Betsy Peterson on Wildman, born and raised in Topeka.
Nice little boot there right field. Annie Dalton learned to Kayla Schiller make the play, and a safe is called. Crowd seems a little unsure. Mike Urish seems a little unsure.
I thought it was safe. That's a close call there. I don't know. And then Avery Prow over at home plate did not see anything to overturn the play for Alex Hammond.
I think that'll bring up for Wildman John Hilger, as he'll talk it over with CJ Kai about what they want to do.
Looks like a little conference there if he saw something.
So our first base umpire, Alex Hammond, will talk to our home plate umpire, Avery Brow. Avery Brow, of course, has the jurisdiction to overrule the call, as he is the head umpire in this game, as you can tell from his shirt.
Yep.
But both umpires seem content with a safe call as the correct call.
It was a close call. It's a close call there. It go either way, but I trust Alex Hammond, one of the better first base umps in the KVKL. If he says safe, I believe him.
This is John Hilger's first kick in this game. As he is splitting with Phil Childs. As he comes up with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 5th. Defensive battle so far here at Hobbs Field. Both teams certainly known for their defense, and they're showcasing it in this championship game. Interesting thing about this game so far, Coos, I feel like bunting hasn't really seemed to help either team so far.
No, not really, no.
And a little pooch kick there to Amber Owens, she'll catch it. Easy play for her. Probably not exactly what John Hilger was hoping. So they didn't want to pop it up there. That'll bring up Colin Keaty, who's 0 for 2 in today's game. Him and CJ talking over what they want to do here as he's swinging away, as he's bunting with 1 on and 2 out. Only time will tell. Calling a lefty. Chris Ford playing very close to the line there in left field. And the kick goes to Tyler Drussel. The shortstop, the throw to first, bounce throw, it's what it's called. To Kayla Schiller, and that'll end the threat in the top of the 5th. So we will go to the bottom of the 5th with Wildman still clinging to a 1-run lead. We want to take this time once again in the bottom of the 5th inning to thank our sponsors for this evening's coverage. Of course, we want to thank our title sponsor, Happy Shirt, and these wonderful following sponsors. Big thanks, of course, to Wildman Vintage, R Bar and Patio, 11 Productions, Meadowlark Property Management, Nicholas Lerner, and Johnny Stafford. Kayla Schiller coming up here for Happy Shirt as they look to answer Wildman's run in the 4th inning. And the kick. Easy play there for CJ Kai. Nothing's easy with a broken patella.
Yeah.
But as easy as it can be.
Yeah, that was a foul ball there. That time, CJ Kai tried to use his long wingspan to reach over to prevent that ball going foul, but Alex on first base called a foul.
New life then for Kayla Schiller. And she leads off this bottom of the 5th inning. Happy Shirt is only 1 time so far in this game got a runner to third base. And the kick. Richard Davidson's underneath it. He catches it for the easy out. Then Paul Peach will come up looking to start things off. 1 out, nobody on. Happy Shirt down 1 run. Paul Peach going opposite field, just foul. We'll do it again.
Paul Peach, just like his brother John, went to Arizona State University. And he is the father of a pig, Charlotte Louise. I have met that pig.
Love it. Kind of off the side of his foot there as he played for Josh at third. As we've gone 1 and 2 out here in the bottom 5. That'll bring up Shelby Dahlman. Her first year for Happy Shirt.
First shirt, Happy Shirt from Derby, Kansas. And as she liked to say it, she has diabetes. She would call her a diabeast, which I love. And she is the mother of Clyde, Bernie's mountain dog.
She's also an excellent writer as well, Cougs.
Is she?
She's a very excellent writer.
I believe you. I believe you.
Short stories and features. And the kick. Nice catch there, left fielder John for Wildman. And Happy Shirt will go down 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. You gotta start to wonder, Happy Shirt is not done much on the offensive side. Can they bring it back? But they need a big defensive stop here as the number 2 kicker will start off for Wildman when we return. We go into the 6th inning, the score 1-0. Wildman attack force with the small lead. Simon Skinner coming over to Chloe De La Pena to get last-second instructions to help her out. And she'll lead us off here in the top of the 6th. And a nice and cool, windy, just all-around good night here at Hobbs Field. Nice kick there from Chloe. Tyler can't handle it at shortstop, and that all-important lead runner is on. One on and nobody out here coming up for Simon Skinner, who is 2 for 2 in today's game with a triple and a single and the only run scored in this championship game.
He's by Simon Skinner. He grew up in Winfield, Kansas, born in Winfield, Kansas, grew up in Topeka, Kansas.
And a wonderful bunt there from Simon Skinner. Nobody may be expecting that.
Great bunt, yeah.
Fantastically placed. No really play for Kayla Schiller.
No play for Kayla Schiller. Went down the first base line. It was trailing away from Adam Brazel. Just well placed there by Simon Skinner. Already a very good game at the plate by Simon Skinner.
Eric Turtle will now be kicking for Wildman with 2 on and nobody out. And you got to think, and these are some big runs coming up here if Wildman can put them across the plate.
No doubt.
Plate, that is. Eric Turtle's 0 for 2 in today's game. Looking to get things started off for him. A little too bouncy for him. They'll do it again. Of course, if you're just tuning in, there's no really balls and strikes here in KVKL. You can ask the pitcher for what you want. You can be choosy for what you want. And people use that to advantage. And the bunt, Steve Harder, the throw to third is in time. Nice play there from Steve Harder and Tyler Drussel as they'll get the lead runner and 1 out now. What do you think about that bunt?
It's the right play there. It's too much up the third base line. An easy play by Steve Harder, and throw it to Tyler Drussel, who made it from shortstop to cover third base. So right play, wrong direction on the bunt.
Richard Davidson comes up. He's 2 for 2 in today's game with the only RKI so far in the game. A beautiful kick in the 4th inning, right where the rover for most teams play. Crowd's giving him some love there, and he appreciates that as we got 1 out and 2 on in the top of the 6th. Richard, one of the more choosy people in KVKL. He likes it how he likes it, as they say. And the kick. touched by Steve Harder in fair territory. Here comes Simon Skinner around to score again. Another big kick there by Richard Davidson. And Wildman now leads 2-0 with still only one out in the top of the sixth.
That's two RKIs by Richard Davidson. That ball was just out of the reach of Steve Harder. And that's one of the weaknesses of the Happy Shirt defense. They don't have a rover behind the third baseline. When that happens, they come all the way to cover that ball.
Josh Mosier coming up for Wildman. He's 1 for 2 in today's game. Looking to tack on some all-important runs in this championship game. 2 on, 1 out. He's looking to score Eric Turtle from second base. And the kick, foul ball. Is it me, Coombs? I feel like Wildman's kind of hitting to left field and picking on Steve Harder and Chris Ford.
They are. I think that's where Richard Davidson's kicking his balls to. And you can get, like I said, that's the weakness of this defense. There's no rover behind third.
And the kick to right field, out of play.
So if you can successfully get over, Steve Harder's, reach at third base, there's some space there behind third base where a traditional rover with other teams may be.
Two fouls for Josh. Of course, you can have one more foul, but when you have 4 fouls in KVKL, you are considered out. Recast to the pitcher. Pitch the whole game for Wildman. And the kick again over Steve Harder. He'll catch it. A beautiful catch. He'll throw a second to Shelby. Not in time. Acrobatic catch there from Steve Harder at third base. And we got 2 out.
That's twice that, Steve Harder's got a paw on it, on a ball kick to him. This time he volleyballed it and, able to catch it himself.
Two out now. That'll bring up CJ Kai. He's switching with Jordan McDowell. And you got to wonder here with a broken kneecap, how he's going to run this out.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, he might go left-footed.
Boy, I'm anxious as anyone to see what CJ can do here.
Yeah, I am too.
Can he kick it far enough?
I don't know.
Or are you going to hobble the first base and get there? Tyler will get it to throw to third in time.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best you could hope for with a broken kneecap.
Exactly. I mean, you can tell that, he's definitely not 100%, kicking wise. It's just, it's tough.
Well, we'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Wildman added one more on another Simon Skinner run, and they now lead going in the bottom of the sixth, 2-0. Welcome back to the 2016 KVKL Championship game. Once again, I want to thank our title sponsor, Happy Shirt, and these wonderful sponsors. Bree Kester will come up for Happy Shirt in the bottom of the 6th inning. Her team trailing 2-0. Bunt on the first base line, trying to take advantage of CJ Kai's immobility. And she succeeds.
You know what's funny? This is the first time they've done that in exposing CJ's immobility. And now a little bit of conference there between Simon and Megan McClendon at second base, whether Megan should have been the one that charged the ball. But that's an awful lot of ground for Megan McClendon to cover from her second base spot.
They'll bring up Megan here at the bunt line, and Joe Kelly should be up here. There he is. The summer of Joel, as they say this year.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's his first kick in today's game. He's switching, of course, with Mike Urish.
His first year on the team. He's from Waterloo, Iowa, and he is the father of Eggplant, who is a dachshund puppy.
A lot of pets, I feel, on both these teams. A lot of pets.
And that's the actual name, Eggplant. I'm like, interesting.
Very.
Yeah, I know.
1 on, nobody out, and Joel Kelly kicks it to Richard at shortstop. A little bit of a misplay initially,
Got him.
but they get her.
They get her.
Nice play by Simon Skinner there to get the lead runner, and we got one down.
That was a slow-moving ball there, kicked by Joel Kelly, and it took a while for Richard to get to his position, and he threw it to Simon Skinner coming from center field to second base. So good cover by Simon Skinner.
Wind's picking up here, a little bit of Hobbs Field. Seems to be blowing in our face a little bit, making it tougher to keep the long ball. Nice bunt there from Tyler Dressel. The throw to first. In time. Nice catch by CJ Kai at first base. A low throw by Colin Keaty, but it's in time, and Tyler is a little upset with himself, you can tell.
Yeah, he's not having a good game here. It's only 0 for 3 for the night.
That'll bring up Chris Ford, who's 0 for 2 in today's game. He comes up with 2 outs and 1 on. Plenty of outs still here for Happy Street, of course.
It is, but this is a big spot for them. They have Joe Kelly at second base and trying to do a kick.
Oh,
save! Wow.
And wait a second here. Avery Rao, the home plate umpire, might be overruling Alex Hammond at first base. This will be interesting. What does Chris Ford say?
He just got overruled.
Chris Ford is still on first base.
They're going to talk about
this. Our Wildman has gone off the field. They believe he to be out.
Yeah.
Chris Ford
they're
kind of
talk
let
about
up
this.
a little bit, and that might have cost him.
That was a crucial drop there by Megan McClendon.
Boy, this is a huge call in the
game. Wow.
And they're calling out. Avery Brown, the home plate umpire, is confident in his call.
Wow. Wow.
Here comes out Tyler Dressel to talk to the home plate umpire, Avery Brown. He's probably none too happy with this call. A little frustration there from Happy Shirt as the ball is kicked out in the outfield. And, well, here you go.
I don't know. I didn't have a good angle on it. I mean, as a home plate umpire, you do have the veto power as far as if you see something that is not correct, you can overrule the other umpires.
But in any case, the call stands as it is. Avery Brown, the home plate umpire, overruling Alex on the first base umpire. Happy Shirt's out of the inning. The score is still 2-0 Wildman. Chelsea Hopkins comes up here for Wildman. As her team leads 2-0 in this championship game as we go to the top of the 7th. Nice catch there by Steve Harders. Wildman continues to pick on Steve. 2 mixed results. Megan McClendon come up here now for Wildman. She wants on the right side of the plate as most kickers do. We're going to start things off here for her Wildman attack force, the number 5 seed. The kick, Chris Ford's underneath it. Nice catch from him. And a quick 1-2 outs for Wildman in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Phil Childs. He's 0 for 1 in today's game, but does have the shortest shorts in the championship game.
He's a brave man to wear those shorts. I don't have the fortitude to pull them off.
Top of the 7th, as we get into the championship rounds, as they say, in this championship game. And the kick, easy play there for Annie Dalton, the right fielder. And Wildman goes down 1, 2, and 3. My colleague here, Jason Cougar Huang, will go down and help us all lead in the singing in the 7th inning stretch. And we'll have that for you when we come back. Well, if you're just tuning in, you're in for a little bit of a treat. My colleague Jason Cougar Huang goes down and leads all the teams and the fans in the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game during the 7th inning stretch. Looks like some souvenir t-shirts are being passed out in the stands. There's always a little something special here in the Hobbs Field and Sunday nights in the KVKL season. And this is no different. 3 shirts here being passed out, everyone looking for something to take home tonight. A little souvenir from their experience in this 2016 Kickball Championship game. Nice arms by some. Some people throwing the shirt back. Gotta question that. Of course, with Happy Shirt being one of the sponsors, not surprised to see them give out some wonderful t-shirts.
Thank you.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we've got a treat for you. The number 5 seed Wildman Attack Force is leading the number 3 seed and 2-10 defending champion Happy Shirt by a score of 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. Got some extracurricular activities here as we wait to start the bottom of the 7th with Andy Dalton, the right fielder for Happy Shirt, leading off.
Down in front.
Nice single there from Andy Dalton, and a big single that was, as Happy Shirt needs to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That'll bring up John Peach, who is 2 for 2 in today's game. Still anyone's game, of course, at this point. Only a 2-run lead by Wildman. And a bunt on the first baseline, just fouled by John Peach. And we'll try it again. Andy Dalton on first, nobody out. Happy Shirt still, of course, though, has 9 outs. That's more than enough for them, Cougs.
Absolutely.
John Peach, a longtime member of Happy Shirt. Wide receiver in college, looking for something he can kick perhaps the opposite field. Maybe
Probably.
a bunt. And here comes that bunt, and a beautiful bunt it is. The throw by Colin, not in time at first. CJ Cat, of course, throwing over to third base. Wants to keep the runners for advancing, and Happy Shirt finally has something going here in the bottom of the 7th, Cougs.
So last time that back-to-back hits is the first inning, and now this time no outs. And if you want someone in this spot, drive runs in, this is your guy for Happy Shirt. That's Steve Harder.
Steve's 0 for 2 in today's game. Looking to do something here as he will bunt it. Foul. Ooh. What a creep fair, but nice play there from Colin Keaty, that catcher for a Wildman, to keep that ball foul.
What he's trying to do is trying to load the bases to get the runners in scoring position for both John and Peach and Andy Dalton.
Dalton at second, Peach at first. Nobody out, bottom of 7, the team's down 2 runs, and the bunt is up. Colin Keaty, easy play for him as he's a speedster. Nice transition there for Wildman by Josh to cover home. But he moved the runners over. That's probably what his job was to do.
It's a good sacrifice by Steve Harder there. You normally think, well, he's a RKI producer. Why would you have the sacrifice? Well, look at the situation being down 2-0. What you have to do. So a good play there by Steve Harder.
This will bring up the number 6 kicker for Happy Shirt, Adam Brazel, who's 1 for 2 in today's game. And up until Andy Dalton just now, he was the only Happy Shirt player to reach third base in today's game. He comes up with 1 out and 2 on in a big spot here for Happy Shirt. And the kick to right field takes a little bit of advantage. CJ Kai goes to throw. He will not throw. Interesting play there from CJ Kai, the no throw at first base because he doesn't want to overthrow it.
No, he doesn't.
To allow John Peach to score a tying run.
That's exactly right. You don't want to try to peg Adam Brazel with the quote hero throw because you're right. If that goes awry, either whether it hits him or not, John Peach will score.
Wonder if Happy Shirt is starting to attack CJ Kai.
That's the thing, yeah. Are they going to attack CJ Kai first base, knowing that definitely not 100%?
100%. He's got a broken knee.
His broken kneecap. I know, yeah. I said definitely. So.
Kayla Schiller comes up here for Happy Shirt in a big position with 2 on and 1 out.
Yep.
You know, I think anything hit to the outfield will score John Peach in the tying run from third base.
And John Peach has the speed to score on a sac fly from third base.
Kayla Schiller is 1 for 2 in today's game. She'll bunt it. The play at first is in time, but John Peach will score. On the play, a little sacrifice or suicide squeeze there for Happy Shirt. And the game's now tied.
That's exactly right there. Colin Keating was caught in between. It's like, should I go for the out, going to CJ over there, or should I hold it and try to peg, John Peach coming down, crashing down?
Paul Peach now comes up for Happy Shirt. The game now tied 2-2, and Adam Brazel on second, but there are 2 outs. Foul ball here from the left-footed Paul Peach as he just watched his brother, John Peach, walk across home plate for the tying run in this bottom of the 7th inning. And the kick up the middle.
Oh, my goodness.
Will it score? Will it score? Adam Brazel comes home. What's the score? What's the count?
Safe. I
There's
agree. He is
call.
safe. He is safe. Yep. That's the right call. He's safe. Wow. What a play.
Huge play there for Happy Shirt.
It's a tough play by Richard Davidson by getting the ball and trying to get the ball, going to his left and thinking that he's streaking through. Throw it to Colin Keating, and if you look at the replay, I thought he was safe.
We'll take a look at that, I'm sure.
It's funny that Avery Brown overruled the Alex Tom in the previous inning on the kick by Chris Ford. The call went against the Wildman. This time, this went for Wildman.
Happy Shirt now takes the lead with Amber Owens coming up. She's 0 for 1 in today's game. After all the dust is settled, Paul Peach winds up on second base with a huge RKI.
Absolutely.
And a huge double.
Absolutely.
That's the thing about Happy Shirt. You know they're going to come back. It's just a question of when. They kick up the middle. Simon Skinner throw first. Is in time. Nice play by Simon Skinner as he's doing everything he can to really carry this team. But that will be the 3rd out, but as they say, the damage has been done. As Happy Shirt now, we go into the 8th inning. They are up 1 with the score of 3-2. Don't go anywhere. If you're a fan of sports at all, you don't want to change the channel. It is now the top of the 8th inning in this kickball championship game 2016 KVKL. Happy Shirt, the 2-time defending champion, is up by 1 run. But Wildman Attack Force has a leadoff coming up. Colin Keating. He's 0 for 3 in today's game, but some people might say he's due. And, oh man, 4 people on the line here for Happy Shirt. 5 if you include Adam Brazel, the catcher, who scored the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 7th inning to allow Happy Shirt to have this 1-run lead as they're clinging to it in the top of the 8th.
A little interesting about Colin Keating. It's his 2nd year on Wildman. He wanted to mention his 5'8", 170 pounds. And interesting fact, he's quite partial to Rousseau's discourse inequality.
And John Peach can't make the play as Colin Keaty kicks away for the first time.
Yes.
To successful results.
A little tough play there for John Peach. He tried to think, well, should I get down the ground to make this catch? He did, but the ricochet got away from him, and that's why he is at first base.
Oh, maybe it's me, but John Peach seems to be hobbling a little bit after that play.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. I don't know.
In any case, Chloe De La Pena, my favorite name of the game for obvious reasons.
I wish I had three words in my last name.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
She comes up here for Wildman, down 1 run, but you have the very speedy Colin Keaty on first base.
Absolutely. You think that she's going to go sacrifice to move Colin Keaty to second base.
This could be interesting. You could see Colin Keaty possibly make it to third on a sacrifice bunt. The throw to first is in time.
Yep.
And Paul Peach wisely throws the ball over to third
Yep.
right away to keep Colin from doing that. But he will make it to second. That's a big sacrifice. Now
Yep.
Colin Keaty, the speedster, is at second with only 1 out.
And guess who's at the plate there?
Oh my.
The man himself, Simon Skinner.
Simon Skinner has done every single thing he can tonight to get his team to win.
Absolutely.
He's 3 for 3. He's made some great plays in the field, and he scored the only 2 runs for Wildman.
So as you mentioned there, he's the 5th year on Wildman. He plays disc golf regularly with Happy Street players. Oh, this might be an opportunity.
It's an interesting decision by Simon Skinner. And unfortunately for Wildman, he will not advance the runners. And you can tell he's not happy with that effort.
He's not happy by it. He's been successful kicking away, these first 3 games at bats, so I don't blame him. It's just maybe he tried to either kick away, be deep enough, that way Colin Keaty could possibly, tag up from second to third. But that was clearly not deep enough.
Eric Turrell will try to make amends here. Try to score Colin Keaty to tie this game. We talked about how many outs Happy Shirt has left. Now we're talking about how many outs Wildman has left. And in this game right now, they only have 4 left. And the kick. Nice kick there. Tyler has no play. He'll eat it. Throw to the pitcher to stop the play. Now we have first and second, but still 2 out. Well, you gotta say, if I could have anybody coming up, Richard Davidson might be the person. 3 for 3 in today's game. 2 RKIs.
Yes.
And we'll see what he can do. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 8th inning. Of course, if he gets out, Wildman would have their number 6 kicker coming up in the top of the 9th inning. This is a huge out for Happy Shirt in this
Absolutely,
championship.
no doubt.
Huge, huge out. Pitch to Richard. Little spin, you can see the.
Oh yeah, I can see it there.
That Kester puts on the ball.
With a left to right
Subtle.
spin that goes right to the top of the plate.
Yeah, a beautiful pitch. Let's see. Richard pops it up. He's not happy with that at all. It should be easy play for Andy Dalton.
Yep.
And 2 huge pop outs.
Absolutely.
In this game, as we will now head to the bottom of the 8th with Happy Shirt leading 3-2. You're watching the 2016 KVKL Championship game only on WOW 6. 3-2 is the score. Happy Shirt, the 3 seed, beating the number 5 seed Wildman Attack Force.
Hey, do you remember giving your grant?
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Of course, Cougar's a popular person here. Everyone's trying to talk to him during the game. Bree Kester will come up for Happy Shirt. Her team up 1 run. Bree, of course, the pitcher for Happy Shirt. Looking to tack on some insurance runs. She'll bunt it foul.
And you can see it there with Happy Shirt is that they're trying to go up the first base line to, as I know it's mentioned many times, to expose the immobility of CJ Kai first base.
They'll bring up a second baseman here, Wildman will, Megan, put her kind of the bunt line and try to take that away. We'll see if it works. Foul ball. 2 fouls now for Bree. 4th, of course, and she's out.
And you're thinking like, well, if you kick it over Megan's head over the short rover on the side, there'll be a problem. Well, you have Eric Turtle and Simon Skinner to back her up and probably, try to get Brian Kessler out first.
And the pitch. Beautiful night here for a championship kickball game here at Hobbs Field. Crowd has really filled in here.
Every year has been always a great weather these past 6 years during the broadcast. We're thankful for it.
Marie's looking for her pitch. Again, she's leading off the inning. The leadoff runner is so important. There's the boot. That's foul. Okay, now.
Foul.
That's three fouls.
That's three fouls.
One more and she's out. CJ Kai reminding his team 3 fouls to let it go if it is foul. And the pitch. Of course, if Kessler was choosy before, she wants to be even more choosy now, but she's got 3 fouls. And that pitch was very bouncy. And we'll try it again. Happy Sure leading 3-2. Bottom of the 8th, and the kick. Deep to left field. Cup. Nice catch there from Jordan, our Russian superstar. And a big first out in the bottom of the 8th for Wildman. Mike Urish will come up. He's 1 for 1 in today's game.
And by the way, Mike Urish, he is the owner of the Happy Shirt printing company, who is the sponsor of this broadcast. Is that correct?
Title sponsor, and we appreciate all Mike's doing here for the KVKL coverage of this championship game. And the boot up the middle, Simon Skinner. Easy play for him. He's got it. Quick 1-2 for Happy Sure here in the bottom of the 8th as they lead by 1 run, and that'll bring up their captain, Tyler Dressel. Tyler, of course, known the league over for wearing a towel in his pants.
Yes, he does. There's a nickname for that towel, but that's not FCC approved.
Indeed it is. I learned that the hard way. And the boot. Just over CJ Kai's head. Foul ball, we'll do it again. Not the greatest game for Tyler, a championship game for him. He's 0 for 3 in today's game. Made some nice plays in the field, though, of course. Very sound fielder at shortstop. And the kick up in the air. He's not happy with that one bit. As our Russian superstar's underneath it. He'll make the easy catch. All right, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we will have the 9th inning, Wildman up, down 1 run. Don't go anywhere. Well, if you're Wildman, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you dream for, right? Chance to win a championship game here, top of the 9th, only down 1 run to the 2-time defending champion Happy Shirt. Now, coming up for Wildman, they'll have the number 6, 7, and 8 kickers coming up. You've got Josh Mosier, Jordan, our Russian superstar, and either Hillary or Chelsea coming up for Wildman. And talk about an important out. This first one from Josh Mosier, their 3rd baseman.
Absolutely.
If he gets on, it is huge.
A little bit Josh Mosier, 3 years on the team from Raleigh, Kansas, and it says here likes to indulge in routine pedicures. Well, that's interesting.
Sophisticated man.
I never had pedicure ever.
I haven't tried it yet, but maybe he knows something I don't. Oh, and a big out for Josh as he bunts it foul. And an easy catch there from Adam Brazel. Huge out.
That's huge.
But don't change the channel. We get the Russian pro soccer player coming up. Jordan McDowell, and he is pumped. He's pumped, Cougar. He wants it bad.
Like
I don't
Drago,
blame him.
Like Ivan Drago, Rocky IV.
He does. I must break you.
If he dies, he dies.
Strong like a bull. Oh, Jordan. He's got his orange shoes. He's got his headband. What more could you ask for? He needs to get on base here for a Wildman. Asking to the right of the plate. There's nobody out, or 1 out. Oh, to Steve Harder. The throw to first should be in time, and it is, and a huge out for a Wildman as they're down their last out. Oh, Cougs.
Yeah.
If you're Wildman, it's getting nerve-wracking time now.
It's Hillary Johnson.
Hillary Johnson. No pressure, Hillary, but the entire season comes down to you. If Hillary should get on base, you've got Betsy Peterson or Megan McCundon coming up next, and then Phil Childs or John Higler after that. 3-2. Down 1 run, they are Wildman. Nobody on and 2 out in the top of the 9th inning. Happy Shirt, of course, the home team, the higher seed. And the kick. It's a fair ball for Steve Hart. He'll throw to first, should be in plenty of time, and there it is. Happy Shirt is your 3-time defending KVKL champion, scoring all their runs in the 7th inning, Cougs.
Amazing. And the old saying goes there, Mike, is that great teams don't have to be great all the time, only when they have to. And you mentioned there that 7th inning when they got, finally their first 2 runners on with no outs, and usually that's the key in winning a kickball. And they did that. And then after the 2 runs, scored by Simon Skinner, 2 RKI, scored by Richard Davison, Happy Shirt, clamped down the defense. And they also did a little bit change of strategy, try to expose immobility of CJ Kai playing at first base.
Great win there for Happy Shirt. Of course, they always seem to find a way, as good teams always do. They will take home the cup for the 3rd straight year in a row. Joe Kelly, his first year in Happy Shirt and his first championship.
Yep.
He'll get the cup first.
Absolutely. Same thing there for Shelby Dahlman and also for Amber Owens, our first championship ever, and did it with Happy Shirt. And for the history there, this is the 5th championship for Happy Shirt, which is unprecedented. And finally, for Happy Shirt, they go over 500 in championship games. They're now 5-4 in championship games. I mean, the history that they have just broken through is just absolutely astounding, and how hard it is for Happy Shirt. Considering that you have a team like this, there, Mike, is that they got not only winning streak broken in the middle of the season, they lost again. They've never lost 2 games in a row. So I think to myself, is the era of excellence for Happy Shirt over? But they showed there the last half of the ranked play and in the playoffs that nope, they still have the championship pedigree, and it showed throughout the playoffs in this gritty 3-2 win over Wildman.
We want to say congratulations to Happy Shirt. We also want to say great game played by Wildman.
Absolutely.
It was there until the end. They had a great chance at it.
Absolutely.
And they played their hearts out.
No doubt.
They should have kept their heads up high. Just that 7th inning, you knew it was coming.
Yep.
Could you withstand the storm? It was a little bit too much.
Yep.
And congratulations, of course, to Brianna Kester, who becomes the all-time winningest player in the history of KVKL.
That's correct. She has 6 championships, which is absolutely astounding, which is the all-time winningest KVKL player of all time. 6 championships, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's fathom 6. I mean, most people are lucky to even get into 1 championship final, period. So for her, it's a testament, not only to be on great teams, but she's a very good player and a very solid, heady player, of being mentally tough, always in the right place, and the same with the rest of the team, the Happy Shirt, as the 3-time defending champions of KVKL.
Looking at an MVP here for Happy Shirt, you got to think about John Peach. He goes 3 for 3 with 1 of the runs scored.
Absolutely.
Certainly a huge part of this game, as you can see him hoisting the trophy now with the ball in it, playing center field. Every year we say it, Happy Shirt, they're a little bit older, and their dynasty is over. Their time is done. They lost a step or 2. And they come back and prove everybody wrong, and they show that experience trumps everything.
And they have stayed off Father Time for at least 1 more year, and that's amazing for Happy Shirts. Being 13 summers, and now there's 6 championship in KVKL, and that is not easy to maintain that type of excellence throughout the years, especially when you get older. You become a step slower, physically not as fleet as you once were. But whenever you lose your physical prowess, you get wiser between the ears, and that's what they make up for it, and that's what makes them the greatest team in KVKL history.
Their road to the finals was much more difficult this time, as it used to be a couple teams maybe had a chance in KVKL, and now so many teams have a chance to win the championship in this league. There are so many teams that could have had a chance. I mean, you could talk about 11, 12, possibly 13 teams. All could have been champions this year.
No doubt, Mike. People think it's Wildman and Happy Shirt. It's like it's the same old usual in the championship. What makes you think it's any different? Well, you're right. It was different. Throughout the season there, you saw that these great teams going out, teams 1 through 12, any of them can easily make a deep run in the tournament and possibly win the championship. So the parity is definitely right there. Absolutely.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you saw another fantastic KVKL championship game right here on WOW 6. A well-umpired game, certainly.
Absolutely.
And a well-played game by both teams. And my goodness, Cougs, we look forward to next year.
Absolutely, no doubt. I love this league. I hope to keep on doing this. If my physical prowess allows me, I know at some point I'll break down and I'll retire. But until then, I'll keep going on and on. It's a great league, great teams, great competition, but most importantly, great people.
Indeed it is. And we, of course, Happy Shirt goes home with the trophy, but we also want to thank them for being our title sponsor. Coverage of the 2016 KVKL Championship Final was presented by Happy Shirt, your hometown screen printer. And the following sponsors: Wildman Vintage. Wildman Vintage carries a wide range of men's and women's clothing from all eras and everything from casual wear to special occasions. Our Bar and Patio, 610 Florida. Try their new award-winning food and make our bar your bar. 11 Productions, bringing the finest in live music to the Midwest. Don't miss Frightened Rabbit at the Granada Friday, September 9th. Meadowlark Property Management, your hometown source for your next apartment, townhome, duplex, or house rental. Nick Lerner, your tech-savvy realtor, voted Best of Lawrence Realtor 2015 and 2016. And finally, Johnny's Tavern. Since 1953, Johnny's has been serving up tradition with world-famous hamburgers and the longest-running tap in Lawrence. Thank you to all our 2016 KVKL coverage sponsors. Well, Cougs, as we wrap up another year, another championship game, final thoughts?
Another great season. A Happy Shirts, like I said, they went through trial tribulations. They lost twice, back to back, never happened before. They lost their 25-game winning streak, thinking, well, is it over? I give credit to Happy Shirt. They went through these trials and tribulations, and overcame those things, and won their unprecedented third championship in a row. Something they failed to do in 2010, where they're trying to go for a third straight title, and they lost the championship game there. There's also a great job there by Wildman Attack Force, making another great run with basically a new crop of players, especially to a great performance by CJ Kai playing a broken patella. You got these two teams, great teams, and those two teams have great respect for each other, and they have just fantastic battles over the years, these past 5 seasons. And I'm just thankful we're part of this, and I'm thankful to do this broadcast for the 6th year in a row with yourself, Mike Anderson. I love it.
For Jason Cougar Huang, I am Mike Anderson. Thank you again for watching the 2016 KVKL Championship game. We'll see you next year for the 2017 KVKL Championship game right here on WOW 6.